Good morning. We had a good conversation on the working methods in the morning to make sure we have better, faster, common decisions in terms of foreign policy at the European Union level. We are focused today on the help that we're going to provide together for Ukraine, and Romania is steady in this support to make sure we ensure the resilience of the Ukrainian army and of Ukrainian society as such. We are among the first countries to contribute to the Tribunal of Crimes of Aggression, and we're going to continue to support that. We're also going to discuss together the lessons learned from the elections in Moldova. Again, a moment to celebrate the resilience of the Moldavian society and their power to protect their European path, as well as the international collaboration in terms of cybersecurity and combating hybrid warfare. In Romania, we have seen our own interferences and we have our own lessons learned from the elections. President Nicu Șordan has previously presented the interference report in our previous elections, and we're going to continue today with a conversation on the lessons learned from Moldova's elections, because that is important for all our democracies inside the European Union, but also for us together to understand how we can better support the resilience of democracies of states that want to join the European Union. On that point, we're also going to discuss the situation in Georgia. For Romania, it's very important that we see Georgia on the European path, on the European Union accession path. We are, though, still very concerned on the developments there in terms of democracy. Romania is a country that have seen moments, recent but also in our history, where the citizens have protected both our democracy, our path to fight corruption, and our European path in protests on the streets. So we're very important for us to protect that instrument of freedom of assembly, freedom of speech, and the capacity to have free elections, but also to have elections in which the opposition parties, also leaders of the opposition parties, are not intimidated by actions of the law, as we see in the case of Georgia. We're going to continue the good relationship we have with Georgia in terms of a dialogue, but these concerns are very important for us, and they need to be addressed in order to support the country to return on its European Union path, if that is the will of the citizens. In terms of the Middle East situation, we celebrate the success of the Trump plan and the implementation of Phase 1. We want to make sure together that the full humanitarian aid that is needed reaches those in need. Too many children and families have been displaced. Too many children and families have been left without medical support or without the proper food. And now this needs to be urgently solved in an international coalition of countries, but also with the support of Israel as such. We're also concerned about the development of the other situations around the world that are going to be discussed today, but our focus remains on our neighbors, specifically on contributing to stopping the war of aggression, the illegal war of aggression that Russia has against Ukraine. Also, with furthering the conversation we have in terms of pressure of sanctions and better monitoring of the shadow fleet that Russia is using to continue to finance its war of aggression. Thank you. If there are any questions?
Republica Moldova. Voiam să vă întrebăm, dincolo de lecțiile învățate de pe urma alegerilor din Republica Moldova, sunt șanse ca această reuniune ministerială să propulseze tema deschiderii negocierilor pe capitole pentru Republica Moldova la următoarea reuniune a Consiliului?
Te ajută răspunsul în română sau în engleză? Ok, sigur. România sprijină deschiderea clusterului 1 de negociere, atât pentru Moldova cât și pentru Ucraina. Suntem în grupul de țări prietene în realizarea unor mecanisme de decizie care să ne permită să mergem mai departe. De altfel, poziția noastră este că trebuie să putem să deschidem clusterele de negociere cu majoritate calificată, nu doar cu unanimitate. Această discuție și decizie însă este pe masa Consiliului. Noi ce o să discutăm astăzi este în dreptul fiecărei țări sprijinul pentru această direcție în funcție de poziția fiecărui stat membru.
Totuși sperați să avansați cumva în urma discuțiilor de astăzi?
Da, România se asigură în fiecare dintre întâlniri că facem ce ține de noi să avansăm această agendă. Sunt multe alte țări membre ale Uniunii Europene care sprijină aceeași direcție, așa cum este, de exemplu, și Germania, ca să menționez o discuție recentă pe care am avut-o în România cu ministrul de externe german, care a venit într-o vizită bilaterală. Decizia finală este pe masa Consiliului. Yeah, sure.
So if Putin is to come to Budapest, he's invited, and Trump will come as well. Putin has to come somehow into the European territory, and that means he has to fly over, for example, Poland or Romania. Would Romania give access to its airspace for this?
So thank you for the question. No such request has yet been submitted or confirmation on the flight or on the presence in that sense. But let's just stick to the basics, which is the good practice of Putin asking for permission between entering the European airspace. And also one point to mention that I wanted to put forward in terms of Ukraine. One good news that we have and we've announced together with the Ministries of Foreign Affairs of both Ukraine and Moldova is our focus on interconnectivity in the present but also in the futures. And we just launched the Kiev-Chisinau-Bucharest railway, so train, and we're happy to see that as an interconnectivity already for citizens, but also for future common plans.
But for Budapest
Thank you.
again, so do you think it's a provocation that Putin is coming to European soil?
I've answered the question previously. Thank you. Better, faster, common decisions in this support, make sure we ensure the resilience of the Ukrainian countries to contribute to the tribunal